Now, as we continue to discuss playing blues guitar style and talking about blues form, a very important aspect of blues playing and blues form and blues style is what is known as the turnaround. Now, the turnaround happens during the last two bars of a blues form. Okay, so of course we're talking about 12-bar blues in general here. So on the 10th bar, or shortly thereafter, we're going to begin what is called the turnaround. And the turnaround acts as really a vehicle to turn the form back around to the beginning. So blues form, the 12 bars continues over and over again, and that 2-bar turnaround brings you back to the beginning of the form in a forward motion. So there are several different ways that you can play turnarounds, and we'll go through a few different ones here. So for instance, if you're in the key of E and you're doing a basic blues form, one way that you can do a turnaround. Now, we know that the chord that we're targeting is the 5 chord. So in the key of E, the 5 chord is B. Okay, so there are different ways to do that. Now, when we hit that final B, what I'm going to do is like a chromatic approach to that B, either from above or from below. So I'm going to play the whole entire blues form, and I'm going to start off by playing a little chromatic passage in what is called third intervals. So I'm going to start here on the B and the D, and I'm going to go down in half steps, and then I'm going to approach that 5 chord by a half step. So say I'm playing a E blues, and I start here on the first measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to start my turnaround. So that very nicely led back into the top of the form. Another turnaround, sort of similar to the one in thirds, it's the same thing basically, but what you're doing is an interval in sixths. So you're going to start on the B, and you're going to hit the G sharp here on the high E string. And you're just going to bring that down chromatically, ending with the G sharp and E, and then going into the chromatic approach to the 5 chord. So okay. So starting on the 9th bar, we're going to play the turnaround, and it sounds like this. 9, 10, back to the 1. So that's another one. Or you could do something a little bit more chordal, say a 2-note chord going from here. You got the E5, which is a power chord in E. Then you're going to move up to here, a G sharp and an E, which is basically just another inversion of the E. Then you're going to keep this E with your 4th finger and just slide up. So you got this E, then an A sharp, B, and then you can do the chromatic approach to the 5 chord. So the way that sounds, starting from the 9th bar, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11. Going back to the top of the form. So another way that you can play a turnaround would be to use a lick that you create yourself. So there's, of course, endless ways to do that. One very typical way is to use double stops in a minor pentatonic scale. So say you're in the key of E again. The pentatonic scale, the E minor pentatonic, would be E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G. So double stops would be playing two notes at the same time. So say, for instance, you wanted to do like a turnaround using those double stops, would be like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11. So again. So I also incorporated some chromatic. And we'll discuss this scale more as we talk about improvisation with the blues. So another possibility would be to use the sixth interval. And of course you can do any kind of thing that you'd like. But instead of going down, you can go up. And this is B, so you're doing a chromatic going up to the 5. A sharp, B. Okay, so 9, 10, so another example using the sixth interval. You can even do something a little bit more complex. Now remember, we're always starting on the 1. So here you have a G sharp and an E, which is right in the chord tone of the E major, right? So you could do something even a little more elaborate. Say